Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in into today's video or tutorial. Today we're going to talk about how to reset your password in Superbase. So I actually originally was not thinking to do a video tutorial about this, but there were like a lot of people asking in my GitHub community or server actually how this is done. And there is a great user with the name of Ken Sapp who actually made a text tutorial how you can do that. But there are like a lot of people still asking how to do that, and there are some things like hard and especially for me as well. And yeah, I'm supposed to be the guru. I'm supposed to be the expert here, but I had hard time. I spent like a couple of hours to figure out how to do that, and that's why I think it's genuine to do a video about it. So, like I said, today's video will be how to reset user password. So this will be like how to set up so the user can reset the password himself, and or how if you are using an admin panel, for example, how to send a recovery email to the user so the user can reset the password. Unfortunately, of course, this is the same for Firebase. You cannot like set a password that you like for a user. The user has to set the password for himself or herself. So if you're looking actually for the Firebase equivalent of this video, I actually made a video about this, and it's titled "Customized Password Reset in Firebase: Seamless User Experience in Flow." So, like I said, if you're using for the Firebase version of this video, I have this one. But today we're going to talk about the Superbase. And what is the flow? Because this user is actually using the admin panel. And thanks, by the way, for sharing this info with us. He's using like the admin panel. So he have an admin panel, and he's actually resetting, or he's sending the links to his users so they can open the link and reset their passwords. So the user flow that he have is user forgets the password. Of course, this is the first step. Then probably they say to admin or something like that, and then the admin actually send them a reset password. So let's talk about this first. Let's talk about how you can send a reset password, and let's jump into this tutorial. And just before we start, just want to mention, you probably already see that, but there are a lot of active people in my community, active users in my community. So, and they're actually requesting videos. So it's actually a great way to ask me something or to ask the community something in my Discord server. The link it's in the description. And I'm actually producing videos based on my user requests. So most of the videos, if not all of the videos, are actually produced by the request of my Discord users. Great. So let's first jump with this first example, which is the admin sends a password reset link to the user. So, of course, the first thing that you have to do is actually uh, go to your Superbase dashboard. When you go to your Superbase dashboard on the left side, so there are two ways you can do that. So the first way, of course, is you can go to on the left side where it says an authentication. You can click on users, and then you see all your users. And then to send a password, send a password recovery, just click on one of the users and click on send password recovery. So this is one way of doing that. But of course, if you want to be fancy, you can actually do it from Flow itself or from your app itself. So I have this app called Superbase, and the thing that you have to do in order to send a password to your users is actually again go to your Superbase dashboard and then click on this API docs. This actually took me like a lot of time to find it, but I finally found it. It's in your dashboard, and it's API docs. Then click on user management, and then click on, so the code that you will see over here is actually a JavaScript code, but you don't need a JavaScript in Flow because you're using Flutter. You don't need that. So on the top right, so it's here on the top right, you actually click on that on Bash. Sorry. So when you click on Bash, Bash means that this can be executed in the terminal if you're using Linux or Mac OS or some other, maybe in Windows you're using Putty or something like that, which can actually, I think, will allow you to run Bash. In Windows, I'm not very familiar with that. So if you scroll down, so there are a lot of API calls here that you can call. But if you scroll down, so you can sign up a user, you can log in a user, you can do a lot of things. I think you can do like almost anything that you can think of. But the most important part is about here. So forget password email, and that means that it sends the user a login link via email. Once the login in your should direct to the user to the new password form. A news update user below to save the new password, which is this one, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later. So to send the user using your app, this is the API call that you need to call. So let's actually go to my project in Flow and go to and click on send recovery password. And I actually created like a group, and I created with my link. Of course, make sure to use your link, and your link will be, you can get it from here. This is my link, it's a demo link. Don't use my link because it will not work. You need to use your link. So first use your link, and then it's slash recovery. So make sure it's only one slash, so you don't have, it's a common mistake to have a slash here and then have another one over here, and it will definitely not work. Make sure you have only one slash over here. And then the name of it, I name it send recovery password, and it's a type of the post. And I have the API key, and then this is the value, the variable, sorry, is the API key. So I need the API key. And where do I get that? So if I go over here, I'm not going to show you mine, but again, on the top right, when it says height, you can actually click on it, and you can click on Anon. So this will show you the public one, and you can also have the secret one. And the one that I'm using is actually the public one. So I'm using the Anon public. So just click there, and you actually see what is your key. And then of course you need to copy and paste it. So where you're pasting that, just go over here again. This is your variable, and then you have the content type application JSON. So the variable that you're copying, it's over here. It's API key, and this is the variable that you're copying. I will actually recommend you to copy the value over here, so you don't actually you reuse it over and over again. You don't need to reuse it over and over again. And then we have the other value that you need is actually the email, and the email will be blank because it will be a different email every time. I assume it will be not the same email. And then in the body, the only thing that you need is a JSON. Make sure the format is correct. Click on format. If you don't see any errors, that means that the format is correct. And then we can actually test that. So if we click on response test, we can actually test that right now. So if I click on test API call, it will actually send me an email like you see over here. And if I go to my email, so let me switch to my email, which is now, I don't have any emails in my folder. If I refresh, you see the email just received, and this is the email that I get. And if I click on the email, I will get a new tab open. So if I switch to my new tab, you actually see it's loading, and now you can actually see that uh, the 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 email tab is changed. So now you see enter new password here. So let's enter a new password. Let's my new password will be demo 1234, and let's see it. So this is the password demo 1234, and when I click this button, actually it will change my password. It will send an API call. I'll show you in a bit, and then it will actually log me out. So let's see. So if I click this button, now I should be able to log out. And then let's see if I'm able to log in with my new password. So let's see. My microphone, I cannot see my keyboard from my microphone. So this is my email, and my password is demo1234. So let's log in now. Now I'm logged in, and and everything seems to work. So if I go back over here to the main page, yeah, it's redirecting me here. So yeah, everything should work. And this is the home page, and you can actually see that I have my ID, my email, my token, JWT token, and everything seems to work. And I can go back to my, yeah. So this is how you do it actually, and you can actually see that everything is working fine. And let me actually show you how you can implement it. Okay, so let me show you my setup. I just show you from the admin perspective how you can send an email recovery to the user. But now I want to show you, if you are a user and you're using this app, how you can actually recover your password or create a new password actually. So the first thing that you have to do is, of course, go to reset password. So you have some screen like that. This is coming actually from for the flow templates. So you have something like forget password, enter your email, and then send a link. So because this is not an admin, or this supposed to come from the user itself, then you can actually use a native for the flow functionality, which is authentication, reset password, and then just provide the email of the user, which is actually coming, of course, from variable, and is coming from the widget state email. So this is where it's coming from when the user pressed the button. And when the user pressed the button, the user is supposed to receive an email. So what about the email? So let's switch to our tab over here, and let's go to email templates. And here we have a few email templates. So we have the confirmation sign up, which you can change the template here. We have the invite user, we have the magic link, we have the change email address, and the last one is reset password. And this is the most important one. And here, this is my setup for my particular app. And before I show you how you can change, how you must change that, let me go to URL configuration. So this is the most important thing, is the URL configuration. So there are two types of URL configuration. So the first thing is that are you using a web version of the project, or are you using a mobile one? So if you're using a web version, you will, this is my web version, and this is the link for my web version. And if I switch to my settings, where did I get that? If If I switch to settings, web publishing, this is actually the link that I see. And then I just have to write this link. So this is the base link. I just write that over here. I just write that over here in super base. This is the base link. And then and then there is a second part where after they visit this page, where do you want the user to go? And I want the users to go to new page. So the route is called new page, sorry, new password. So the route is called new password. So I have to copy that. This is super important. Need to copy that and then go to authentication again, and then go to email templates, reset password, and make sure. So the confirmation URL is actually this URL over here, and then I have slash over here. So don't use slash after that if you're using the same setup as I am. Don't use slash over here, so it will be double slash. You don't need that. And then you have the route. So in my particular case, it says new password. This is the route. It says new password. And then I added the token. So it's question mark and then token equals to, and then it's token hash. So this is actually, this way you can actually provide a lot of your own page parameters if you want to. But in my case, I have done my own research. You actually don't need this part. So you can safely delete this part. It will actually work the same way. So in this particular case, when you're using the password recovery, you actually don't need this hash. I'm just showing you how you can use it. But for the password recovery, you don't need it. And I'll show you why you don't need it. And if I go to my page, the new password, sorry, over here, and I have a couple of things. So first of all, if this is a web, if we're talking about web, and later I will just say what is the difference about web and phone or mobile. But let's talk about web first, and then you can jump to just watch the web first because it's super important, and then jump to the mobile, or just watch the mobile as well because both are super important. You need to get the overflow, what is going on. Great. So I have these get parameters to get the parameters. So the token that I'm talking about, you can have something like here token, and it will be a string, and then you can get the parameter. So so that's why when I visit this page, and if I go over here, this is the token, this is my JW token, and this is my email. So we're talking about this token over here, which is coming from the email token, hash token that I just deleted. And in order to get this token, or in order to get any parameter from your page using web, this is actually the custom action that you need to use, and I'll put it in my GitHub to have it as well. So this is the custom action, and like I said, this will take you the parameter. Great. Any parameter actually. Great. And the last thing is that I'm saving it to the page state, and then I'm actually executing over here. So any parameters, I would just execute it with a comma separated string. So this is what I'm doing actually here. I'm taking it, all the parameters from the page, and I'm joining them by comma, and I'm just outputting them over here. This is what I'm doing. But if you want to get the parameters as a list, this is how you get it. Query parameters, and then you can return this query parameter. So this will give you a list of strings. And you can change this, instead of map, it can be list. Great. So this is not actually important because, like I said, you don't need this. I'm just showing you how you can, if you, for any reason you need any of those parameters over here. Yeah, those over here. And then let's switch to this page. So like I said, you don't need anything in the on page load action. You don't need it. Really, you don't need it. So when a user clicks on a link in their email, they will be redirected to this page. They'll be redirected to this page because of the routing, like I show you over here. Because of this routing, they'll be redirected to this page. If your page is called something else, then just change it to wherever your page is named to. And then this will change to your password. So this will be like enter new password or new password or wherever you want to write it. And then they'll be and then they need to write the new password over here. Of course, don't forget to set this field as a password field from here. It's where it was. Yeah, it's this one. So password field. Make sure it's a password field. And then when a user clicks the button, we need to add an API call. So the API call that we're going to use is update user details. And where did I get that? I get it from this from Superbase dashboard, API docs, user management, and we have this forget email password that we talked about it. And the next API code that we're going to use is update user. So you can, with this, you can actually update the email, you can update the password, and you can update some data. If you have a key value pairs to the user, you can update it as well. But in my particular case, I only want to update the password, and this is the uh, API code. So let me show you how this looks in Flow. Again, I'm using my link, and this is my link to my own Superbase. So you have to get your own link from over here. Make sure you get your link from over here. And then I created a group until this part over here, to version 1. And then here, I'm just adding slash and then user. Like again, make sure you don't have two slashes or else it will not work. My name of the API call is update user details. And then I have put. And it's the method type it's put. And I have the API key, which is a variable of API key. And then I have the content type application JSON. And then I have an authentication beer authentication. It's the name of my variable. And then I have the body. So the body, like I said, the only thing that I'm changing is the password. So this is the only thing that I need. And I have a variable new password. So basically I have 3 variables. Great. And then in variables, I have the API key. So where is this coming from? I already talk about it, but let's just quickly tell you. Just click over here on the top right and just click on anon public. And this will be changed to your supercase key. Copy it. When you see it, I will not show mine, but copy it and then paste it over here. Because you only need it once. You don't need to change that, so it can be static. Great. And then authentication and new password, those variables will be dynamic. So if I go over here, this is how it looks like. And let me show you how it looks like when you're actually clicking the button, what you will do. So first of all, we will call the API call. And the authentication, so where is this token actually coming from? It's very easy. I actually had a super hard time like thinking, where's this token coming from? What is this token? And so on and so forth. But it's actually super simple. Just click on authenticated user, and then you need this ID token, JWT token. Just click on it and then click confirm. And then for the new password, of course, just click on the widget state, and then the text field, enter the new password here, and then click confirm. So I was actually wondering, so the user is clicking on the email and it's landing on this page. So the user is supposed to be not logged in. And this is actually what tricked me, and this is what actually took me like a lot of time to figure out how to do it. But it turned out that the user actually is logged in. So when the user clicks on the email, the recovery email, the user is already logged in. That's the key. It's already logged in. It's already can use your app. But you don't want the user to be logged in using this link. You only need the user to use this link in order to go to this page, and I don't have any links to all other pages. And then I only need the user to change the password. So, like I said, you have access to all the user data. Actually, you have access to the email, to the user ID, to the phone number, to the email, and to the JWT token. Of course, the phone number if the user have provided it. And then when it's successful, when this call is successful, I will log out the user and then I will redirect to the home page. So I will actually force the user. I don't need that. I think, yeah, I don't need that. So I actually force the user to log in again in my app. So this is the workflow. That's why I am providing the JWT token to actually prove you that the user has logged it in when they visit this page. And I also provided the email, which is actually again coming from the authenticated user. So that's why when I visit this page over here, when I click on the email and visit the page to recovery for the recovery password page, that's why I see all this data over here. That's why I see the token, and that's why I see the email as well. So keep in mind two things. I haven't seen that in just the link that I opened, just the tab that I opened. The reason for that is that of course, there is an expiry time, and I click on the link that was like 30 minutes ago or more. So if you click on that link, it will not work. The link needs to be, I don't know, like 10 minutes ago, something like that max, in order to work, or else it will not work. And this is actually how I showed you the demo. This is the setup for web. So if you're using a web version. And let's actually talk a little bit about the mobile version, because many of you probably are working with a mobile, but like I said, knowing how the web works will benefit you a lot for understanding the logic and to test it even more easily. So let's talk about the mobile difference now. Okay, so what is the difference between the mobile and web, or web on mobile? So in web, when we're visiting the URL configuration, we're putting our web URL. But for mobile, we actually need to put our deep link. So this is important. So let me show you what I mean. If you go to your project, so first, you can also use dynamic link, to be honest, but it's not preferable. The reason for that is that dynamic links were going to expire, first of all. Second of all, you actually are safe to use deep links, because the idea of the deep link is that it will actually open your app, and we assume that people resetting your password already have your apps. If you're actually using Firebase dynamic links in your project, you can stick with Firebase dynamic links. But I'm going to talk about deep links, because gradually, in the summer of 2024, I don't know when you're going to watch this video, but those Firebase dynamic links will not going to work. We still don't have a solution for that from Flow. So I'm going to talk about deep links. So the deep link will always work, and I will, if like I said, if you're not using Firebase dynamic links, just go with a deep link. and just make sure that this is disabled. So this is disabled, and then you will be able to see your deep link. So copy the deep link, copy the first part of the deep link, go over here, and then paste it over here. And then write two dots and then slash slash. And then I have this link actually over here, so I can just select it. But the whole idea is that you then copy this part over here, wherever it says to your project or your app, copy this part and then put it over here. So it will be like that. And then the last part is the actual page that you want your users to visit to reset their passwords. So in my particular case, this is the page, and again, this is the routing of the page. So the routing of the page actually is the same for the web and mobile. The only difference is the base URL. So I'm going to actually delete this part because I don't need this part. I'm going to save that. I don't need this part because I'm actually putting that inside my email template, because that's the idea, right? Because I'm resetting the email in the email reset email. What? I'm resetting the email using the template to reset the password. I'm resetting the password, sorry. But if I want to confirm sign up, for example, I only need the base URL, and then I'll have some other route like confirm sign up or something like that will be the name of the page. And then when they visit this page, I will change a boolean in my app to say that in my database that will say that this email is confirmed, for example. So that's why you only need to write the base URL and not the route itself here. So, like I said, this is the same. Mobile and web, it's the same. You don't need to change anything. And the only difference that you need to do is change it over here. Other than that, the whole logic regarding the new password is actually the same. You're actually doing the same thing. You're again using the API code to update the user password with the same variables that I just show you for web. If you haven't watched the web, go back please and watch it. And that's it. That's actually how you set up for web to recover your user password for web and to recover a user password for mobile. Let me try to show you how that looks in the mobile version. So this is my screen actually from my mobile phone. This is my email. When I click on the link, it's actually opening my page, as you can see over here. The same way for mobile and for web. I enter my new password, which is password, mobile password, something like that. Yeah, my password from mobile 1234. Click on the button, click on logout, enter my email, enter my password, my new password, click on login, and it's working great, as you can see over here. And yeah, you can see now at login. And before you go, actually, I just wanted to tell you one more thing, and this is the proof that it's working. Thanks for watching this video, but please help me to reach 4,000 subscribers. And when I reach 4,000 subscribers, I actually have a surprise for every single subscriber that I have. I will shuffle them and I will do a live session and I'll announce the winner. And what will be the winner? The winner should be a subscribe to the channel, and the uh, price is this one. It's a Flow swag actually. I want to give to one of my subscribers. Like I said, it will be a live session when I reach 4,000 subscribers. And this Slack is actually have a t-shirt, the same that you see over here. It has stickers and it has a mug. So it's pretty good mug that you can drink your coffee or tea or whatever you like to drink from it. And like I said, I will give this to one of my subscribers. So please subscribe to the channel And also, I'll do a live session. So it should be in the live session when I reach 4,000 subscribers. And I'll just pick from wherever who is subscribed. And it is in the live session. And pick a winner so he or she can immediately DM me the address, and I can send this Slack box. So please subscribe to the channel to have a chance to win
I
this
just want to
amazing
say
Slack
that
box.
the paid membership for YouTube is now open, so you can be a paid member to my YouTube channel, which means a lot. And thank you very much for all the people who are right now paid members to the channel.